Hi, 7th grade. This is a math lesson dealing with lesson 11-1 and different types of sequences. You're going to hopefully recognize that there are arithmetic sequences, which are basically adding sequences. There are geometric sequences, and the geometric sequences are multiplying sequences. And then there's a type that we're going to call neither, because it doesn't specifically follow the pattern of arithmetic or geometric sequences. So there's three different types. Let's look at one right here. 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. If you look carefully at it, you might even grab a calculator, you might notice that this is an adding 4 problem. In your book, it'll talk about the fact that there's a common ratio of 4 here. A common ratio of 4. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Common difference of 4. There's a common difference of 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. 16 minus 4 is 12. 20 minus 4 is 16. 24 minus 4 is 20. I'm putting plus 4 on here because going from 8 to 12 is an adding of 4. So this is an arithmetic pattern. And if somebody said to you, what would be the next two numbers in the pattern, hopefully you would recognize 28, 32, and then 36 as the next 2 or 3 numbers in that pattern. Let's look at this one right here. What's going on there? Oh, that's adding 1, then adding 2, then adding 3, and then adding 4. At first glance, since it's an adding pattern, you might think, oh, that's arithmetic. But remember I said that there's a common difference in arithmetic patterns? By common difference, I mean it's always going to be adding 4, adding 4, adding 4, adding 4, or adding 6, adding 6, adding 6. And that's not what we have here. This is an adding pattern, but it's an adding pattern of numbers that are different each time. So we would call this a neither pattern because it doesn't follow arithmetic. And the next number in the pattern would be 16, and then 22, and then 29, because we would have to add 5, then add 6, and then add 7 to continue the pattern out. Let's look at this next one. Negative 5, positive 25. Negative 125, positive 625. Well, that's a multiplying by a negative 5 each time, isn't it? Every single time we're multiplying by a negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Positive 25 times a negative 25 is a negative 125. Negative 125 times a negative 5 is negative 625. We are multiplying by the same number each time, or as your book would describe it, we're involved in a quotient of a common ratio. If we think backwards, 25 divided by negative 5 is negative 5. Negative 125 divided by negative 5 is positive 25. And then positive 625 divided by negative 5 is negative 125. So this is a geometric pattern. And what would be the next number in the pattern? I don't know. Times 5. Oh. That's a pretty big number there. Well, I think the next one would be negative 3,125. And then if I multiply by negative 5 again, that puts me 12, 1, 6. That'd be positive 15,625, and then times 5 again will give me 5, 2, 12, 1, 1, 3, 8, 2, that'd be negative. So the third number in the pattern will be negative 78,125. Okay, what about this next one? Let's work this way. Isn't it times 3 times 3 times 3? So if we're working this way, it must be divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. That sounds like geometric, but what if I said divided by 3 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/3? Yeah, multiplying y by 1/3 is our pattern here. And if it's stop putting adding signs there. And if it's multiplying by 1/3, that's geometric. Remember, multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3. That means the next three numbers in the pattern would be 3, 1/3, and 1/9, because we're dividing by 3, or we're multiplying by 1/3. Let's look over here. How about this one? Minus 8, subtracting 8, subtracting 8, subtracting 8. Now, another way to say subtracting of 8 is the adding of a negative 8. And because it can be thought of as an adding problem, the adding of negative 8s each time, we're going to call this an arithmetic pattern. And we're going to say that the next numbers in the pattern are negative 17, negative 25, and negative 33. Those are the next three numbers in the pattern. How about this next one? Isn't it multiplying by negative 3, then multiplying by negative 3, and then multiplying by negative 3, and then multiplying by negative 3? Isn't that the pattern? That makes it geometric. And the next number in the pattern would be positive 243. And then, I don't know, after that, 9, 12, 7, negative 729. And then times 3 again would make 7, 2, 8, 21. So it's 243, negative 729, and then negative 2,187, I think, for that one. Okay, what about this last one? That's interesting. How about we multiply by 2, and then we add 1. And then we multiply by 2, and then we add 1. That's not arithmetic or geometric. That's a neither pattern. That's our first answer. Then multiply by 2 would get me to 54. Add 1 would get me to 55. Multiply by 2 would get me to 110. Those are the next three numbers in the pattern. Hopefully this helps you, 7th graders. Remember, there's three types of pattern: arithmetic, geometric, and neither. Thank you.